Moving on, the question says cholera is caused by a type of organism that can be passed from one host to another. First, it asks us to state the term used to describe a disease-causing organism. So, the correct answer here is pathogen. Next, it asks for the term used for a disease in which the disease-causing organism is passed from one host to another. This type of disease is called a transmissible disease. In the next part, we have past paper questions related to bacteria. However, we have already covered these in Chapter 1. Since we are short on time, we will skip this section. You can refer to the Chapter 1 past paper videos for the solutions. Next, we will skip this part as well, because it was also included in our Chapter 1 paper practice. We will skip this one too for the same reason. Moving on to the next part. Now, the next question tells us that the binomial name of this type of bacterium is Vibrio cholerae. It then asks us to state the genus of this bacterium and give one advantage of the binomial system of naming species. So here, the genus is Vibrio. One advantage of the binomial naming system is that it provides a universal and standardized way of naming organisms, which avoids confusion that can occur due to different common names used in different regions or languages. After that, the question asks us to explain how the presence of bacteria of this type in a human causes diarrhea, one of the symptoms of cholera. So we would write that the bacteria produce and release a toxin in the intestine. This toxin causes chloride ions to be secreted into the intestine, increasing the ion concentration there. As a result, the water potential of the intestine decreases, so water moves into the intestine by osmosis instead of being absorbed into the body, which leads to diarrhea. Next, we have another question which says, a sneeze can be triggered by dust-irritating receptor cells in the lining of the nose or throat. During a sneeze, air is exhaled from the lungs with some force and the eyelids close. The air is exhaled from both the nose and mouth, as shown in Figure 4.1. Part A asks, suggest how the closure of the eyelids during a sneeze is coordinated. So we would write, dust stimulates receptor cells in the lining of the nose or throat, generating an impulse in a sensory neuron. This impulse is transmitted to the central nervous system, where it passes through a relay neuron. A motor neuron then carries the impulse to the eyelid muscles, causing them to contract and close the eyelids during a sneeze. The next part asks, suggest how sneezing can result in disease transmission. The answer is, during a sneeze, expelled air contains pathogens such as bacteria or viruses. These can be breathed in by another person or land on surfaces and be taken into the body later, leading to disease transmission. Next, we have another question. The question says, state the name of the chemical present in the stomach that kills many ingested bacteria. The answer is hydrochloric acid. The next question says, bacteria that are not killed in the stomach may cause disease. State the term used to describe. Organisms that cause disease are called pathogens, and the type of immunity gained after infection by these organisms is active immunity. In the following part, the question states, disease can be caused by viruses. Yellow fever is an example of a disease caused by a virus. Outline how a weakened form of the virus that causes yellow fever can be used to give a person long-term immunity against the disease. The answer we will write is, a weakened form of the yellow fever virus is used as a vaccine. The antigens on the virus are recognized as foreign by the immune system, stimulating lymphocytes to respond. These lymphocytes produce antibodies and form memory cells. The memory cells remain in the body and enable a rapid and effective immune response if the person is infected by the virus in the future, giving long-term immunity. So that brings us to the end of Chapter 12. If you want access to this question paper, you can download it directly from the link provided in the description and in the comment section below. I'll be back soon with the next chapter, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching.